The July 13th, 2022 Authority Board meeting to order. I am sitting in for Wes today, so in the determination of a quorum, I need a motion to excuse our chairman, Wes Porter, several of them actually, Commissioner Rob Zappel, Councilman Luke Waddell, and Dr. Cannon.
I'll make the motion to excuse all of them.
So, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right. Our agenda is in front of you. I'll entertain a motion to adopt that agenda.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, and that brings us to our public comments. And do we have anybody speak? No.
No, sir.
All right.
Approval of minutes.
And the approval of the minutes. I'm sorry,
June.
Larry.
June minutes are in the packet. Need a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, now we come to our consent agenda. There are 6 items on the consent agenda. I will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, new business, administrative reports first and our attorney's report. Ms. Miles.
I do not have anything today.
All right,
No.
and our executive director report, Ms. Walker.
Within the agenda, you have the key indicators report, the environmental report, the safety report, and the quarterly CIP report. Staff stand ready to answer any questions. Hearing none, I would just add that the governor signed the budget this week. Within the budget is $23.5 million appropriated to the Lower Cape Fear Water and Sewer Authority to help address the parallel line need of about 11 miles to serve Pender County and New Hanover County. So that's quite an accomplishment. Chair Rivenbark was instrumental in the work of making that happen. And so was our local delegation with a special emphasis from Senator Lee, who sponsored it on the Senate side, and our delegation on the House side, who made sure that it stayed inside the budget.
And our lobbyist helped a great deal on this.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Ken is very kind in his words of praise, but Ken, his staff, Jim Holloman, and the folks in Brunswick and everybody that's involved in what we do stood up to the plate and lobbied our people, and it worked. So now we got to get the rest of it next year.
And that's it, sir.
All right, thank you. And if no questions, we'll move on to our committee reports. And first on the agenda is long-range planning. Mr. Sneeden.
Yes, the minutes of the June 23rd meeting are in your packet. We had a presentation on the Northern Regional Pump Station Force Mains progress update. That presentation is also in your packet, and Bert would recommend everyone look that over and see how that's going along. And that is our report.
All right, thank you. And we'll move on to Finance Committee. Ms. Adams.
All right, Finance Committee met last Wednesday, and John's got our monthly financial update first off.
Good morning. Let's see. So this is a look at 11 months through the year. This is as of May 31st, a look at our revenues versus our expenditures, breakdown between the operating side of the house and the capital side of the house. You can see that our unrestricted fund balance is 70.8 million. We had a pretty lengthy presentation and discussion in finance on fund balance. There's some questions from Commissioner Zappel and Councilman Waddell at the previous board meeting. And I'll just kind of summarize, the discussion that was had. It really broke down into 3 main topics. One is the proper classification of fund balance. The second was controlling the growth in the unassigned or unrestricted fund balance. And finally, the third big item was potentially, or the merits or the challenges of repurposing the fund balance that's assigned for capital. So there's a portion of that unrestricted fund balance that's really assigned for capital, and to offset future rate increases. So we kind of talked about that. So the proper classification item kind of came down to this: the excess over the $50 million that's in this unrestricted fund balance number. It was really kind of designated for capital projects as a result of the policy work that we did back in 2017. So we set this baseline of unrestricted, unassigned fund balance of $50 million. And at the time, we had around $120 million, and the plan was, and still is, was to spend that figure down to the $50 million. And you can see, since 2017, it's come down to, about 71 million. And so, I was, kind of thinking through, really, that excess over that $50 million really should be separated from that 70 million and taken out, where we have a true unrestricted fund balance or unassigned fund balance of $50 million. So that was kind of the first thing, and the committee expressed some desire to support that. And so I think what you're going to see next month and going forward is a little different presentation of this fund balance section down here, to more accurately reflect, those actual assignments, designations, restrictions, those kinds of things. So that was the proper classification piece. The next piece was controlling the growth in unassigned fund balance. Kind of where this question came up is, we've spent this number down, right, over the years, and I believe at the end of last year, it came down all the way to $62 million. During this year, it's come back up. Now, that's for a couple of reasons. One of those reasons is we just have our revenues and our expenditures coming in higher and lower, respectively, compared to the budget, right? And that's what we traditionally call, an operating surplus. We have a policy in place already where at the end of the year, we go and we grab that and we repurpose it for a number of reasons, and all of those purposes are really aimed at achieving future rate savings. So future savings for our customers. So paying off debt early, parking it in a capital reserve to offset the amount of debt that we otherwise would have had to borrow. Supplement our OPEB because there's only a certain amount of money that we got from the city and the county when we were spun off, and once that runs out, that's going to fall on the ratepayers to pay. And so, okay, can we repurpose that and supplement that little OPEB fund that we have? Or it can just sit in the unrestricted fund balance, in the unassigned fund balance. So, and a good example of that would be this year where we smoothed out rates. Instead of doing a 13.5 or a 13.2, we did 2 8.5. So that was the plan, right? So this year we adopted an 8.5. Now, part of or how we were able to achieve that 8.5 this year is we're dipping into that fund balance to fund expenditures in FY23. And then next year, as part of that 8.5, that next 8.5 in 2024, some of those ratepayer or those collections from ratepayers are going to replenish that fund balance that we used to fund expenditures in FY23. So if we have a surplus for FY23, for example, that means that little piece that's baked into rates for FY24 doesn't have to happen. And so instead of an 8.5, maybe you have a 6 or you have a 5 or something like that, right? So that's already in place. What we're seeing new this year is that we are underspending the $18 million. So if you'll recall, some of the board members that were here back in 2017, what we decided to do was achieve a level of PAYGO funded capital that met or was in line with our debt service coverage targets, right? And what we did is we ramped up rates over 2 years to ramp up that pay-go portion. It used to be like 11 million, all the way up to $18 million, okay? And so we're achieving this $18 million in rate collections in a given year, and then transferring that over to the capital fund to spend on pay-go funded capital. Now, every year prior to this year, we have outspent that, and that's why that fund balance number has been going down. This is the first year that we haven't fully spent that $18 million, and that's why some of this, that is some of the reason for the buildup that we've seen this year in that unrestricted fund balance number. So, kind of what we discussed was, okay, well, that number, that excess over the 50 is going to be separated out from this unrestricted fund balance number anyways. And what we're going to do at the end of the year, if we've underspent that $18 million, we're going to go ahead and transfer it over to the capital funds, and it's going to, and it would increase that amount that's designated for capital projects. So the amount that's currently in this unrestricted fund balance, just imagine it being separated out into $50 million in unassigned and $20.8 million for capital. So it would increase that number. Now, with that said, we don't want to see just this uncontrolled buildup in that amount designated for capital projects. On the one hand, all of that money is earmarked and it's planned. We go and we do this 10-year financial plan, right? And that money is planned to be used within the next 2, 3, 4 years, and it's mixed in with debt funding, grant funding, loan funding, all of that stuff, right? And it's this balanced plan. So it is planned to be used, but what we've seen this year, supply chain issues, materials, not being able to, get materials, we just seen an overall little bit of a lag in terms of capital spend. So that's an item that we're going to think through and probably kind of take back and incorporate into a financial policy revision on our reserves, on our fund balance in future finance committees. And then the last piece was this notion of repurposing that amount that's designated for capital projects. So call it $20.8 million, right? The question came up, okay, well, we have this balance out here. Can't we use that to offset rate increases? And the answer is yes, it is. It's something that we can certainly do. However, it has some negative rate impacts on future rates. What it means is we need that money to fund capital. That means that if we use it to offset rate increases, that means that we're going to have to borrow an additional amount, okay? And that's going to result in future rate increases once that debt service kicks in on that additional debt. And the other thing too is if you leave rates stable or at a constant level for a number of years, and and you're dipping into fund balance to fund the delta of your expenditure needs, right? So like rates are down here, your expenditures are up here. This gap is being filled by that fund balance. Once that fund balance is gone, that means in the next year rates have to catch up, right? And so the more of that fund balance you use, you're looking at higher and higher rate increases once that catch up happens. And there was a little chart in the presentation that kind of ran that through. If we were to use all of that balance, that would mean that we could leave rates where they are for 3 years, but they would have to jump from 27 to 28 by about 20%, okay? Which may not be a palatable thing to do, in 3 or 4 years. So that was kind of the discussion there. And the other thing that I noted was that rate stabilization, this notion of rate stabilization, it's something that already exists. That $50 million can already be used for rate stabilization. We're doing it this year, right? Instead of doing a 13%, we smoothed it out into 2/8. So we already have this rate stabilization concept. So rates are something that we look at each and every year. We always try to control expenditures. We always try to leverage our other non-rate revenues to decrease the pressure on rates. And then if it's, at the end of the day, if it's something like it was this year, it's looking at a just-in-time increase of, let's say, 13%. Yeah, let's do what we can, to smooth that out over some reasonable period, right? And so that's kind of the approach that that we currently have. So, long story short, our goal is to memorialize some of this into some fund balance policy revisions, and we'll be running those back through finance and future board meetings. Any questions? Yes, sir.
Excuse what I'm about to say, but what I keep hearing every month is the same repurposed jargon said in a different way. When it comes to the fund balance continuing to grow. When I served on the hospital board of trustees, the hospital had a pretty big increase in profit, and the board asked the CFO, how did you miss it this big? Had we known we're gonna, excuse me?
You said the board asked
The CFO, how did you miss it this big? Had we known we would have had that type of profit, we could have repurposed those dollars and then deployed them in other ways to grow the business as opposed to having money sit there kind of stagnant. As I look at our $500 million budget with the county and the various pots that we do have a fund balance policy of 21%. Once we reach above that, those dollars are deployed to capital things, one-time capital expenses. But the goal is never to keep more people's money than we should keep. And at the same time, revenues in every level of government is growing. And there's no way for you to not have an increase in your fund balance with the growth that's taking place in our community. And so either, in my opinion, we reduce rates, we help people, but looking 10, 15 years down the road when growth is taking place, it's only going to increase. As I looked at our tax collection rate in our last county commission meeting, we were $30 million above this point in time last year. Those are real dollars. And we actually reduced our tax rate this year because we don't want to hold more of people's money than we ought to. And we can have all the hypotheticals you want to about what could happen down the road. But having been on the Board of Commissioners for 14 years and hearing the sky's falling, but at the same time, sales tax continues to increase. Every month I'm getting a report from our CFO showing that we have one projection, but the numbers are way up here. And so if you pay attention to the economy and what's really happening in this community, you know that more money is coming in, more development is taking place. So when you say smooth, we need to reduce and not smooth to find a way to get that number to where it should be. I'm not sure what capital expenses we're looking at down the road, but in my opinion, the authority is holding too much of people's money. And I hear the same jargon every month. You say it a different way, but it's the same jargon. And, as we went through the pandemic, the authority was really hamstrung in trying to help people. We're looking for outside agencies, the county and the city, to step up in a financial way to help folks when we got all this pot of money right here that continues to grow. Why are we doing that? From a county standpoint, we were helping people with the resources that we had, recognizing that there are citizens, there are ratepayers, there are taxpayers. But here we are continuing to grow a fund balance with these hypotheticals 5, 10, 15 years down the road. And again, having served on the Board of County Commissioners, I've seen the budget when I got elected under $300 million, now it's $500 million. So things continue to rise. And hopefully you can find the right people to help you figure these numbers out where we're not keeping too much of people's money. When I bought my first house in '94, we had Cape Fear utility water, the Dover water. Our water bill was $10 a month. I looked at the county's sewer rate and I monitored for a while to figure out what's best, whether it's rate or metered, flat or metered. And eventually I went to a metered rate because I wasn't using that much either. So I have a $10, $11 a month water bill, and then when the city bought it went up because of administrative costs. And now to see what water costs, the water tastes the same to me. I couldn't tell any difference in the quality, but all these other layers got added on and on and on, and now I see a water bill that I get now. And for me, down the road, I still can't see any difference in the quality of the water. So again, we need to find a way to help reduce costs and not looking at 2 double 8s, but how we get to 2 double 0s.
Commissioner Barfield, your points are well taken and have been expressed by other members of our board. We hadn't shared this information because it needs to be confirmed through the grant agency today and tomorrow, but we anticipate that this organization will receive a $400,000 grant this week. Among the uses of that grant will be an opportunity to rebuild the model that our projections are based off of. And it's a good model. There's opportunities to improve it and refine it, so we can come back and give you as board members maybe a broader portfolio of options, maybe. The model that we have today suggests rate increases to support almost $500 million worth of investment over the next 10 years. To put that in perspective, we have $1 billion worth of depreciable assets. So we're going to invest 50% of what we own over the next 10 years. A big chunk of that is the replacement of a aging wastewater treatment plant, where we hope to begin construction in 2025, I believe is the time frame. So some of this funding, we've got a recommendation on page 150. We would put aside for specific projects like that. In a rising interest rate environment, it's wise to be able to maybe put aside this temporary excess to buy down the cost of that project, which if we didn't have any alternatives, we're looking at substantial rate increase associated with just that alone. But we hear what you're saying. Our goal as staff is to always be efficient, always be effective, always beat the model. And we'll work with you in this budget and future budgets to reach those goals.
I hear you.
Well, we struggle with fund balance at the city level. Not struggle with it, but it's always a bone of contention. Some want it down, some want it up. In the area we live, that fund balance is extremely important because of storm events, what have you. And we have to hit the road the day after it's finished and start clearing and cleaning, and it's expensive. The other thing that's reared its head is every project that we have bid and are getting ready to let a contract on, by the time it's bid and by the time it's 50% complete, it's ridiculous how many more millions these things come in at. And we have to dip into our fund balance to take care of these. So fund balance is, it's, people might look at it as money just sitting there not working for you, but, I agree that 50 million is probably right, but there are a number of things that can come at us unplanned, and that fund balance is extremely important. What you were mentioning earlier in your talk, John, is about the 3 years of level rates and then 20% hike. They wouldn't remember the 3 years of level rates. They'd remember that 20% hike. And I pay the same as everybody else does. But this is an enterprise. We're not here to make profit. Here to do what we do, and I think that there's a happy medium in there somewhere. But I'd like to see the rates drop, but I just don't see how it can. And with all of the growth that's coming in, with that growth, it brings in more revenue, but you're spending more money on operating. So it's Jonathan, I hear what you're saying, and I don't disagree with a lot of what you say, but I think that we're moving in the right direction. And I'd like to see what you bring back next month.
And I appreciate that. For me, what I find is that the developers are pretty much paying for the growth. Any water and sewers that's in the county, developers paying for it. This organization is not. Or the county is partnered with CFPUA to cover the freight to develop stuff, utilizing the authorities' manpower, so to speak. We are a county with 2 AAA bond ratings, one of very few in the country. So I think we've got a good model that we use from a county standpoint in maintaining good fiscal responsibility and maintaining what we need to cover hurricanes, but at the same time, again, not keep more people's money. If we could do a rate decrease from a property tax standpoint, I think others could look at the same thing and tighten belts somewhat and do some of the same things as well. Thank you for your comments.
Well, And I would like to say that if this chart is correct, in 2017, our fund surplus was almost $116 million, and it's now at $74 million. And so over that 5 years, we've reduced that, roughly 25% or so. And during that time, we have heard the same thing over and over again. You know, every month, this is our plan, this is how it's going to go about. And month to month, there hasn't been big changes, but over that period of 5 years, we've made pretty significant progress, which seems to me to indicate that what we did in 2017, and we spent a whole lot of time talking about this, is how to get that fund balance down, is we've been pretty darn successful in that, in getting that down. We are facing some significant expenditures, and this money is going to get spent. So we're going to continue to hear that same plan. I mean, that's going to go on month after month. Now, do we need to look at it? Yeah, I think that's a great idea. But just because we've got a good plan and we're following it and we're having success, doesn't make it a bad plan because we don't change it over, you know, every month or every year. And so I think we also need to look at the success we've had and look at the upcoming challenges. We've got some huge expenditures, like I said, $500 million over the next 10 years. And that little $20 million is a lot of money, but it's a drop in the bucket compared to the $500 million that we've got to spend. And so that money is going to get spent, and it will be spent in a manner that reduces the long-term debt to the authority, which over the course of time reduces rates, you know, for our. So I certainly understand the concern with having a fund balance, but I think we've had a very good plan and it's been successful, and we've shown in that that it has resulted in some annual decreases in the amount of savings to our customers. And so I think it's a good plan and it's been successful. And so we shouldn't just jump in and try to make wholesale changes just to take care of a short-term rise in the rate, in the fund balance.
Does LGC dictate to us our level of fund balance?
No, sir.
Thank you.
But there is levels of fund balance associated with our credit rating. But we hear the concerns and the challenges that you're offering your staff. And we're going to be well prepared over the next couple of months to bring back some thoughts and ideas. And then as we go into next budget season, we will do everything within our power to minimize the demands on our customers while meeting the needs for the future. That's the direction you've given us, and we'll fulfill it.
Thank you.
Okay, that's it for the financials. So Frank's got 2 items to present to the board. I think we finance last week.
Thank you. So, as Ms. Adams said, I brought 2 items to the Finance Committee, and due to their significance, I think cost-related, it was requested that I bring these back to present under the Finance Committee report. The first is a $6,905,475 construction contract award to Carolina Civil Works for the Southern Regional Pump Station. And this new pump station will be constructed in the southern part of the collection system to divert sewer flow from the Motts Creek outfall and pump that sewer flow directly to the Motts Creek pump station, and that will provide for additional sewer capacity in the southern part of the system. We originally received construction bids for the project June 9th, but only 2 bids were received and they were not opened. They were again accepted June 21st, and Carolina Civil Works provided the lowest cost proposal for the project, which was about $7.1 million, including all bid alternates. There were 3 bid alternates with the project, and we're recommending award of 2 of those for a bypass on the water meter vault, so we can replace the water meter without, I'm sorry, the sewer flow meter without taking the pump station out of service, and to also make provisions for a bypass pumping diesel-driven pump as a backup pump that will be installed in the future. But we need to install some of the infrastructure while the pump station is being built, like the concrete slab and the underground piping. So we're recommending that to award the project with those 2 bid alternates, 2 and 3, and authorize the executive director to approve it, and the project has adequate funding for the project award.
I should know this. When you received the first 2 bids, you couldn't open them because you only had 2 bids.
Correct.
When it was rebid, you still only had 2 bids.
That's
but
correct.
You don't need but 2 on the second time around?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Was it the same 2 people?
Yes, it was. Same 2.
Thank you.
It was D.H. Griffin and Carolina Civil Works.
Tell me exactly where this is located. I'm looking at the map here.
The physical address is on Carolina Beach Road. There is a map attached to this item,
I see the map and I'm just trying to figure out where that is.
but it's off Carolina Beach Road,
Okay, gotcha.
quite a ways.
Yeah, got it.
Motion actually comes from finance and is approved by finance. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right,
There's one more item that goes with it.
right.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. This as an item corresponds with the previous construction award, and this is for the original designer of the project, Black & Veatch, to provide for construction phase engineering services while the project's being constructed by Carolina Civil Works. That'll include construction administration services, reviewing schedules, pay applications, and shop drawings and such as that. And then it'll also include construction observation for the 13-month construction time period. And we also have adequate funding for this amendment to be awarded and recommend its approval.
All right. This motion also comes from finance and is approved by finance. Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right.
Lastly, there's just 2 items in your packet, just for your information. One is an update on the wastewater biosolids management program, and the changes CFPUA did to move a lot of that work in-house. And then there's slides that we had a lot of discussion with on finance about the fund balance that John summarized above. So that's it for finance.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Adams. And Sustainability Committee, I think we're going to
I'm going to fill in for Jessica.
Yeah.
So the Sustainability Committee met June 23rd. Nothing to present to the board, but we do have 2 information items in the packet. One was the greenhouse gas inventory, and the second is defining affordability outcomes and metrics. So the group is working on the discussions of our initial strategic initiatives. So that's all info in the packet for the board. That's it.
All right. Thank you. And Communications Committee, Chairman Barfield?
We did meet, we instructed our staff to move forward with the PR program and the survey in terms of what the authority is doing. Everything else is in your packet.
All right. Thank you. Any old business? All right. That brings us to the end of our agenda. I will entertain.
So moved.
Do we have a second? All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Thank you so much.